This meeting is for the council to find out what economic development means to us. It's not so much to decide anything, but to decide what to decide to get an overview of where we're going. In the future, I intend that we will have additional workshops seeking direct public participation. The first thing I listed on here is a long-term financial study of Carefree. I asked Councilman Saltzman if he would work on preparing a long-term economic study.
I like the initial direction we're taking in terms of reduction of debt and staying financially healthy, and it's just it's nothing better than that as far as I'm concerned from a business standpoint. Having as little debt as possible and as much cash in the bank as is reasonable sets you free to do stuff that you need to do. So with that in mind, we'll just get along with it.
Presentation, economic development overview. When Melissa Price was elected to council, she asked me the day after the election if she could start working on economic development. My answer was yes, please go ahead. This is a compendium of the worksheet Mike Farrar did. I appreciate it. Vice Mayor Price, the meeting is yours.
I attended the Governor's Commerce Authority Agency, and the governor is very concerned about bringing businesses to to Arizona. And so she gathered 30 people to make up this board of directors. And they are from all avenues, every sector of business. And they're going to call that agency down into 15, I believe. And there's going to be a small business director that I believe we should make sure that we're coordinating them. Businesses go where the power, the water, the infrastructure are. As a town, we need to partnership, and this is all, singing to the choir, I know, but we need to keep in mind always that we need to be working with our businesses, our landlords, the citizens of the town, and the state. And to do that, communication is key. And Gary and I are talking about how we're going to be able to put something out that is email, whether it's an email blast or we do this quarterly, but it's going to be something that keeps everyone informed of the direction we're all. Suggestion by commercial brokerage firms was to provide the entire town with free Wi-Fi, make it easier for businesses to do business. Mike and I went to talk to the director of the Phoenix Art Museum. And you can see that the main thing we ended up hearing was that the town would have to buy a building because they are totally maintained by someone else or donations, because they don't want to go into anywhere where they have to pay for rent. They would need 3,000 to 5,000 square feet for utilities, a special HVAC system. Doors and windows, security issues are always there, and they require special lighting. You need better signage, something that's going to be a sense of entry. She felt that the area was elegant, had a high net worth feeling, and I thought this was key. She said, it's just very unique, it's different, and walkable.
We should probably share. Christine McKay.
Yes.
She's highly regarded. She's the Economic Development Director for the town of Chandler, and was invited to the state capitol. She regularly appears before the state legislators talking about municipal economic development and what's happening. Ireland had asked her to come and do, there was a Tri-City area in Ireland, they came and asked her to come and do an economic feasibility analysis on their municipalities. The leagues of cities and towns highly recommended to Melissa and I that we should talk to her. I think it was Queen Creek recently hired Urban Land Institute to do an economic development analysis on their municipality. They spent over $130,000. I think we got as much out of that. It was completely gratis, did not cost the town of Carefree anything. Her and her colleague came and spent a good part of the day looking and driving through and talking to the merchants in Carefree, and we had a chance to sit down afterwards, and they gave us their analysis, and which is demonstrated on the slide. So we're very grateful to Christine, and she is extremely highly regarded.
She, along with that, she ended up saying, you need a sense of entry here that you don't have. And I mentioned that, well, you know, we were thinking of these lanyards, a real presence, a real entry that says this is Carefree. She suggested national advertising, Southwest Airlines and US Airways magazines. She suggested lecture series in the amphitheater, art fairs, which we do a good job of. Hitting our people, remember to shop Carefree, I think is very important. And again, institute Wi-Fi in the town center. Our recommendations for consideration are making Tom Darlington Drive and Cape Creek Road one lane both ways, widen the median, put bike lanes in, add sidewalks, improve the town landscaping, and I'm not talking about the medians, I mean even along the roads, our landscaping, I'm not supposed to say landscaping sucks, but it does. Improve the road, street signage that we have, establish a visitor center at the town hall, so it's obvious to visitors where they can go. And I'm suggesting we add pots, and I think this was a suggestion by Gary too, add pots, flowers, balustrades in the town center, and I'll point out later when I'm talking about the balustrades. Add a splash pad, bring people in, add the entry lanyards into the town, powder coat the sundial, which is in sad condition. Change, maybe change the street sign colors, and add the sundial icon. This was Arthur's suggestion, which I love. And we may only be able to do that in the town center area, but it would say, okay, you're in the town center area now. Add misters to the sidewalks in town center, add banners to the gas lamps.
Well, I'd like to thank you for putting this presentation together, and you and Mike for all the work that you've done. You were elected in March, now June, so April, May, June, 3 months. You talked to a number of people, collected a lot of information, and put together, in my opinion, an excellent presentation. Thank you for your efforts.